I'm panicking.
Okay,
I'm
we
nervous.
are live. Looking for costume suggestions and October season movie reactions today. This is our
Yes.
bi-weekly live stream. We do this every 2 weeks. It's about time. We do have some plans for October, but nothing is completely set in stone other than 2 reactions we've already done. Um, but we do have some ideas for some other ones. So I'm excited. Matthew here.
I'm over the top excited.
Matthew sure says hi. Hi, Matthew. How are you doing? Just Jason says hello, guys. Hey, just Jason. You're gonna be there for the Dear Zachary live watch along, which we are doing after this. If anybody wants to check us out on Patreon after this stream, we're going to be jumping over and doing a live watch along to Dear Zachary, which will be for our uh, bonbons and bread and butter tiers.
Hmm.
Philip says, "Good evening, boys and Chad." Hey, Philip, how you doing today? Steve W says, "Good evening, Jess. Good evening,
Hello.
gents." Good evening, Steve. Casima says, "Hello, hello, Casima. How are you doing
Hello.
today?"
Hello.
Matthew says, "I have a few recommendations. Go ahead and shoot them in there, and we'll see if we can
Hmm.
get to them." Just Jason says, "Yes, sir, with my Chihuahua coffee and tissues from what I've heard." Yeah, I mean, I've heard it's pretty sad too. But it won the poll, so that's what we're gonna be doing. Wonka Bar says, "You guys need to do October 80s. So many banging movies from the 80s." So we do have a list of movies we want to get to. Nothing is set in stone,
Hmm.
but let me pull that list up right now, and Zay, you can say whatever you want to say while I'm doing that.
Absolutely. What if I want to say nothing at all?
Uh
Then,
well, that would suck.
how's everyone doing? Got any football fans in here? Just got to see my Giants come back and win against the Cardinals. I had zero faith in them. Also watched the Cowboys whoop the Jets. That was a yikes game. It's football season, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. We are live. Oh my goodness, goodness, goodness. Cam doesn't really watch many sports, so it's just a me thing in that regard. Although Cam did play football with me.
Well, I didn't
Or
play.
you almost made it through doubles, which is further than a lot of people usually make it because doubles is hell on earth.
Well, the reason I stopped playing football is because I didn't understand the plays. I
It's
could
fine.
do all the physical stuff, but I was like, they're gonna send me out there, and I'm gonna have no idea what the fuck to do.
Oh my goodness. Uh Cool haircut, Zay. Thank you, Richard. Did they come back so they were down big early? Yes, they ended up coming back. We won 31-28. Hit a field goal with about like 40 seconds left on the clock, and then Cardinals weren't able to pull it out. Go Big Blue. That's what, yep. Even though I'm wearing a Cam Newton jersey from the Panthers because I loved Cam Newton back then. Cowboys, yes, sir. My stepdad's a Cowboys fan, so I give respect to Cowboys. You know, they're doing their thing. They're playing really, really well. I mean, you guys' defense is unbelievable. Looks like
Okay.
Fury mid.
Oh. Uh, I don't know what happened to Zay, but I am still here, and I will start reading off our list for October. So these are our this is our not permanent list, right? This is our list that's like things on here can change, but if nobody brings up a suggestion that we think could replace anything on this list, or if we're like, in the best way, the best month, these are the movies we want to bang out a lot of October movies. This is our plan. So, two movies on here we have already done reactions to and will be released in October no matter what. The first one is The Fly with Our Girlfriends. That is on Patreon, and you will be able to go check out our reaction to that right now, early access. Then we plan on doing. Yep, Zay says his internet disconnected. He's gonna try to get right back on there. We plan on doing Beetlejuice. We're hoping to do Beetlejuice. Okay, he needs to stop texting me because the list is in our messages. Every time he texts me, it goes away from it. Okay. So The Fly will be the first one. We've already recorded that. The next on the list that's not set in stone, but we're hoping to do is Beetlejuice. I've seen it. Zay hasn't. After that, Interview with a Vampire. We both haven't seen that. Then The Conjuring, which Zay has seen, but I have not seen. Then Tucker and Dale versus Evil, which we both haven't seen. Then The Mist, which we both haven't seen. Then Cujo, which we already recorded with our girlfriends. So we did react to Cujo with them. That's not available yet, but The Fly is on Patreon right now. And then we are hoping to do Halloween on Halloween. The only two movies that are on this list that are set in stone are The Fly and Cujo because they've already been recorded. The Fly is already up on Patreon. Cujo will be later in October. But everything else we mentioned is subject to change. If you guys have better suggestions, let us know. I'll start going through here. Kesima says, it's the Cam show, LOL. Yes, it is for right now. We're going to wait till Zay gets back on. Let's see here. Matthew Schur says Fury, Midway, Jaws 2, and mine. Well, we are talking about October season reactions, so I mean Jaws 2, I guess, could technically be on there. I don't know what mine is about, but Fury and Midway are definitely would probably be more of a November reaction because of Veterans Day and everything. But thank you for the suggestions. John Wood says The Hunt for Red October. That's a really good suggestion. I've heard great things about that movie, but I have never seen it before, and I'm pretty sure Zay has never seen it before either. So that is a good suggestion. Thank you for that. Manuel de Codiga says True Detective. I think that's a show. It might be a movie. But okay, thanks for the suggestion. Sandy says, hello, boys. My dog's requesting that Smokey does a ride along. Smokey is sleeping right now, but he says hello to your dogs. Obi-Wan Waganobi says something wicked this way comes. Okay. All right. We'll have to look into that. Just Jason said, I played one time and got mad. Someone tackled me. I was like, no fair, dude. He said, well, that's football for you. We got Zay back here. Zay is back. I read off the I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
No, not yet. Oh, now I can. I read off the list to everyone, but I let them know nothing is set in stone except for Cujo and The Fly. So
Yes.
those have already been recorded. Flies on Patreon. We've got a couple suggestions here. One that I really liked that we haven't seen yet, both of us, but I've heard good things about is The Hunt for Red October.
Yes.
That'd be
I
pretty
actually
fitting.
gotten that on the list before my family decided to reset the router without telling me. I went
Oh
outside to
no.
find out. I go, "Did someone touch the router?" They go, "Yeah, we did." Why? I go, "I'm lying." Like, I need to know these things before you do it.
All
Oh,
right.
goodness.
Okay, yeah. So John says The Hunt for Red October, which is one that I've heard about before, but I don't know anything about. I think it has something to do with a submarine, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, yes, I believe if I remember correctly, it is it's in regard to Red October, like a submarine or something like that. I just don't know what the rest of the connotation is, but I do know a submarine's involved.
Gotcha. There are a lot of suggestions here. I'm just kind of going through them right now. Again, if there's a super chat, it will be prioritized above the rest of the chats.
Mhm.
That will definitely get read off as long as there's no capitalization or too much vulgar language because YouTube will sometimes hide those and we can't control that. But besides that, we'll just keep going through here. So forgive me if I don't get to yours. I do want to let everybody know who's here right now. We are planning to do a live watch along on our Patreon for Dear Zachary. Right when we end this stream, we're going to hop on over. Our Patreons in the bread and butter and bonbon tiers will get access to our live watch along to Dear Zachary. It's a documentary. So just a heads up as to what we're doing after this stream. We got a $10 super chat from Steve W. Thank you, Steve W., for the $10 super chat. It means a lot. He says, guys, vampires, werewolves, and laughs galore. You can't beat Taika Waititi's What We Do in the Shadows for October. So this is a reaction that we're heavily considering. Zay and I have been talking about it. We're kind of going back and forth between What We Do in the Shadows and Beetlejuice, because
Mhm.
Beetlejuice and What We Do in the Shadows are both a movie that I have seen that Zay has not. I'm okay with either of them. They're both really great, really funny. But we don't want to do too many movies that one of us has seen in October. We are going to do one that I've seen that Zay hasn't, and one that Zay's seen that I haven't. So for one that I've seen that Zay's haven't, we're talking between Beetlejuice and What We Do in the Shadows. Of course, there's still other suggestions could be the one, but
Mhm.
yeah, I think What We Do in the Shadows is hilarious. The show is hilarious. The movie is hilarious. So that would be really, really, really fun to do. Oh man, and if we did do that, we could totally like dress up as vampires or something. That would be like,
Oh, that would be fun. And then the
yeah,
one that we're doing that I've seen is what, Conjuring, right?
yeah. So far, I mean, again, anything that we haven't
Well, yeah, it's
recorded,
not set in stone yet. We haven't
right?
recorded these, so that's why we're getting opinions now. We'll kind of deliberate on it,
Yeah, all right.
depending on what you guys say.
All right, thank you, Steve, for the $10 super chat. Means a lot. Let's get back here to the live chats. Uh oh, well, Steve says, I hadn't realized you'd seen it, Cam. Yes, I have, but Zay hasn't, so it's still an option, and it
Mhm.
is hilarious. We are going to react to it on this channel at some point. At least I plan to have it on here. I know Zay really wants to watch it, so that's definitely something that we want to do at some point, no matter what. James Ronchi says it follows The Descent and The Mist. So The Mist is on our list. We do
Mhm.
are We're heavily considering The Mist. Uh, I think that's another Stephen King based um movie, so that would be really cool. It Follows. I think you and I both have seen that, Zay.
I I have mixed feelings about that movie. I'm not gonna get into it. I've seen it though. I
Okay,
watched it with Tina.
okay.
And I mean, if you want to fill them in on The Descent,
Yeah, so we
uh,
did do The Descent really early on, uh, when we first opened up, like, our Patreon, and we have it as a full-length reaction exclusive to the Bonbon tiers on Patreon. So we have seen The Descent, we have reacted to that, and you can watch along with us on our full-length reaction if you are a Bonbon on Patreon. Um, so Dennis here says The Edge. Or Dennis here says
The
The
Omen.
Omen. The Edge is right here. I need people to back me up on The Edge. I think we've seen The Edge recommended before. I'm not sure what
Yeah.
it's about. Again, feel free to put in like an idea of what it's about if you, as long as you're not spoiling it. Just to help us out, be like, okay, maybe that's something that really interests us. Dennis says The Omen. I have heard about The Omen over and over again. My dad has suggested to do The Omen. I could be completely wrong, Zay, on my read of The Omen, but if I understand correctly, I think it's like
Mhm.
The Exorcist, but with a little boy instead, or something like that. Like I could be completely wrong, but I think it's a paranormal movie.
It's like yeah, because I've seen the cover. I it's weird. It's one of those movies where, like, I feel like I know what it's about, kinda like what you're saying, but I don't really know because 'cause I've never really watched any clips of it or, like, I don't remember any, like, quotes specifically. I think you're kind of on the right track. And also real quick, just want to say, guys, again, just to reiterate, even if we don't pull up your comment on here, if you're dropping suggestions, I'm copying comments into a Excel sheet. So I'm paying attention to what you guys are getting. We can't pull everybody's comments up. We'd be here forever. So just that way people don't think we're just skipping over them. Trust me, your suggestions are getting put on the list, guaranteed.
Okay.
Almost guaranteed.
Um, all right. Kessima says Dear Zachary is brutal. Yep, that's what everyone's saying. We're not
Mhm.
really sure what they mean by that, but we'll find out after this stream when we do our live watch along on Patreon. If you guys want to check that out, Bread and Butters and Bonbons will have access to the live stream if you check it out right after this one on Patreon. Not trying to plug or anything. Unknown Dax says Silence of the Lambs. I've seen that. Zay, you haven't, or you
I
have?
haven't I haven't I haven't seen it.
Okay. So that's an option.
I know I know, like, a little bit about it, but, I know who, like, the main dude is and everything, but, like, I haven't actually seen the movie, the film itself, so option for sure.
Okay. All right. Mr. Deadstew says The Mist is a must. Yeah, we are right now, unless something replaces it, The Mist is on our list. So that's one we are hoping to do and planning to do, unless, something better comes and takes over. But that is on our list. So
Mhm.
that should be exciting. Allie says someone suggested the original Poltergeist. That's a good one. I did Steven
Mhm.
Spielberg direct that or produce that or something like that, or is he related to that in any way?
That's a good question, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. I don't know.
I think I heard he was involved in that anyway. Well, speaking of Poltergeist, we have a 1999 super chat from Wonka Bar. Thank you for the 1999 super chat. Really, really appreciated. He says Poltergeist 80s version, A Nightmare on Elm Street, I Know What You Did Last
Mm,
Summer, all great for October. So the
mhm,
Poltergeist could definitely be one that we do. Uh, I'm trying to think maybe like what so you right, you haven't seen Poltergeist, I haven't seen the Poltergeist.
mm.
I
Yeah.
know like the memes around it, like I know it's like the kid in front of the TV or something like that. And
Yes,
it
yeah.
goes static, but I haven't actually seen it. So, okay. Nightmare on Elm Street. Zay, have you seen Nightmare on Elm Street?
No, I've seen one clip of the show because I thought I was younger and I was
The
like,
show?
"What?" Like, there's a show, I'm pretty sure. Nightmare on Elm Street had a show at some
Oh,
am I wrong, chat? Nightmare on Elm Street had a TV show, right? Um, but I think it had a series. Yeah, it had 2 seasons, and I remember my parents were like, "Oh, let's turn off TV because that came on." I was like, "No, I can watch it, I'm fine." I'm like 8 at the time, like, "It's fine." And in the show, he he calls the girl's name, he cuts off one of his fingers, and I screamed, and I was like, "Why would you?" Yeah, I was like, "Why would you let me watch that?" They're like, "You asked us." Yeah. So, Nightmare on Elm
wow.
Street, and I have a little bit of a history,
I've
but
s I know there's a lot of the movies. I think I've seen the
yeah,
first one. I've seen the one where the girl gets, like, lifted out of her bed and dragged
I've
across the
seen
roof.
yeah, I've seen that scene. I don't know if I've seen the whole I feel like I haven't watched the whole film of it, but I do remember that,
Okay,
scene.
so definitely something to consider there. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I've heard that name 1,000 times, but I don't know anything about the movie. I mean, I
It's
might have
like
actually seen it. I don't know. I just the name is, like, really familiar, but I don't know anything about it other than the name right now that I can
it's
think
like
of.
on a, it's on a lot of lists too, like, when you look up, like, good, like, horror movies and stuff like that to watch, like, I Know What You Did Last Summer. I've seen it on the list several times. I don't know if I've seen it either. I don't think I have, though, but I've heard that name.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you, Wonka Bar, for the 1999 super chat. It really does mean a lot. It really helps us out. Shout out to you. That is really cool profile picture you got there. All right. Let's go back here to the live chat to see what we got going on. And if you guys have costume ideas, you can throw those in as well. Maybe
Yes.
pair some costume ideas with some
Movies.
movie reactions type of situation and see what we can do there. Um, Pete Sherlock says, "You guys should also watch the Poughkeepsie tapes." That just sounds scary as shit. I don't
I
even know what
know
that's
I know
about.
a decent amount about that because it, like, blew up on TikTok at one point. It is I won't spoil anything. It's kinda like a found footage thing. That's, like, all I'll say. Like, shot like a it's not shot like a movie. It's shot like a found footage type of thing, if I remember correctly.
Those I'm telling you right now,
It's
guys,
creepy, bro.
if you
I'm down,
really
though.
if you really wanna see me in pure fear, it's the found footage shit. It's like Paranormal Activity just traumatized me at the right time when I was a child. Like, it literally I couldn't sleep certain nights, it would make me panic, and I know that, like you've seen Paranormal Activity, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Remember
Oh,
we watched it the one time and your subwoofer kept shaking the picture? It kept making the picture fall on
was that
it was at
I
your
thought that was a
house.
spoof, or maybe it was
No,
Paranormal
it was
Activity.
that no, we were watching an actual scary movie because I know it creeped because we looked at each other like
Yeah,
like,
that
I
was
don't
really weird. But yeah, no, though, yeah, Paranormal Activity is it might not be the best movie, but for some reason it scared the crap out of me when I watched it at like 9 or 10.
it's creepy, bro.
It's found footage stuff that really screws with my head because like it's if done right, it's like it could be really like immersive, like oh my gosh. Um Okay, we
And
got a
Steven Spielberg produced that movie that you were talking about before,
oh,
people are saying.
Poltergeist. He produced
Yeah.
it. Okay. We've got a 9.99 super chat from B Spin. Shout out to you. Um, hold on.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? No, no, no.
Shout out to you. Thank you, B-Spin, for the 9.99 super chat. B-Spin says, "May I suggest Creep Show, the movie from the 80s?" Um, okay, Creep Show. Zay, do you know anything about this movie?
No, no. I recognize that name, but I'm trying to think. I don't know anything about it. Creep Show. And it's from the '80s, so that'd be
Yeah,
interesting.
again, feel free to guys, as long as you're not like spoiling the movie, feel free to like give us an idea. Like you could say horror thriller and you know, clowns go crazy or something like that. You don't have to like go. I don't know what Creep Show is about, but that's something we can look into. Thank you so
Mhm,
much, B Spin, for the 9.99 super chat, and for the suggestion, Creep Show, because obviously, if it's from the 80s, it's probably going to be great. One thing I've learned so far from doing this reaction channel is that movies from the 80s are fantastic. So,
mhm.
all right, thank you,
Yes.
B Spin. Let's see what we got here. Heading back. Um,
Um,
B-Spin gives us a laugh. They loved it. Absolutely
yeah, I'm
loved it.
sure. Yeah, yeah. Everyone else loved it. It's one person that did not.
Budding Anarchist says Deep Red is great.
Okay.
Deep Red. Is that like a ocean movie? Like about a shark or something like that? I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Another one to look into. Blair Witch
Um,
Project. What's up?
oh, ooh. I just because I see there's some questions I see too. Someone asked what the movie palette was behind you. That is Avatar, which, if I'm not wrong, is that your favorite movie? Is that what it is? You say it was
It's
your favorite movie?
it's
One
one of
of?
my favorite movies, if not my favorite movie. Um the Blair Witch Project, Zay, have you seen this?
I've seen Blair Witch, but I it's another found footage, and I would definitely watch it again.
I have not seen I don't think I've seen the Blair Witch Project. I think I've tried um watching it a couple times.
Mhm. Okay.
Trying to look for a specific person's chat.
Okay. And someone also asked, "Do I ever get recognized?" I've gotten recognized on Twitch once, which was really weird because it
Wow.
shocked me. Yeah.
I do not want to get recognized. I kind of like the animosity or anonymity that I have when I'm on campus and stuff like that. Well, I mean, we're only have we don't we're not like we're not we have about 16.5K subscribers. Shout out to all of you. If you're not already
Yes.
subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Um, but okay, yeah. Someone is just saying that Steven Spielberg did produce it. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, again, I don't know if I've seen Blair Witch Project, but I don't think so. I think I've always wanted to, but I haven't watched it, so that's something that we could
I feel
think
like you would
about.
know if you've seen it.
I know, like, what it's about. I know it's a found footage thing, but,
Yeah.
maybe this is something we can do instead of The Conjuring, because that's a movie that this is the movie that I haven't seen that you have seen type of situation. As long as I haven't
Mhm.
seen it, I don't this is one of those movies where I don't remember for sure if I've seen it or not. Uh, oh, we've got a $20 super chat from
Let's go.
Rodney
Wow.
Joyce. Rodney, always coming in here, showing the support. It's great to see you back. Thank you so much. Again, he doesn't even write as much as he needs to write, or can write. He just writes a little bit. He doesn't even need to do $20, but he does it anyways. Thank you so much, Rodney. Rodney says The Hitcher, 1986 or 2007. I like 2007 version better. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Zay, have you heard of The Hitcher before? I'm guessing it's maybe about a
I've never
hitchhiker.
even I've never even heard of it, but, trying to think now. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of that. And sorry, what'd you say it was from? What time?
There's a 1986 version and a 2007 version.
Interesting. Okay. I like when there's multiple versions of things, and make sure too, guys, if there's a specific version you guys want us to see, make sure to try to let us know as well, because
Yeah,
otherwise
like
we
Rodney,
don't want to pull the wrong one.
Ronnie's preferring the 2007 version.
This makes sense. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So then we'll keep it in mind. Sounds like a good suggestion. I'll copy it right over now.
Yeah, and
Chat.
you know what? I mean, if you're gonna send in a super chat and you have a suggestion and we can't really figure out what it's about, we'll take a dive in here real quick. Let's see what this movie's about real quick.
Yeah. Instead of
It's
making
a
you guys
short
do all the
one.
work.
I'm not trying to read like the descriptions or get too much into like spoilers. But it looks like there's a couple that gets caught in like a dangerous situation. Uh, looks spooky. Ooh. Okay, cool, interesting. It's a short one too. All right, thank you, Rodney Joyce, again for the support. You're always here, always showing support, and it really does mean a lot. You don't have to do that.
Yes.
Um,
Thank you, Rodney.
but thank you, man. All right, next on the list, we've got Ali with a 5.99 euros. Is that euros?
Yeah. Or pounds. We're gonna get yelled
With a
at.
5.99 some kind of currency. Thank you so much, no matter what. Ali says if you want to throw in some comedy horror from the 80s, do Ghostbusters, The Witches of Eastwick, or Death Becomes Her. 1992, um,
Okay.
almost 80s. Ghostbusters. I've seen Ghostbusters. I think you've seen Ghostbusters, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen the new one though. The newer one that came out like not too long ago.
Okay.
But, Witches of Eastwick I've never seen, and Death Becomes Her, I did see that suggested earlier as well, so
Oh my gosh. I've not seen I've not seen. You have seen Death Becomes Her, or no?
no, no, I was saying it was suggested earlier.
I haven't seen, The Witches of Eastwick, and I haven't even read the description, but I just went down to the cast. They've got Jack Nicholson, Michelle Pfeiffer, Susan Sarandon, Cher, so,
Oh my
Richard
god.
Jenkins. So they've got a pretty dope cast. So that's definitely something that we could
Okay.
consider. And then what? Death Becomes Hers is the other one? Death Becomes Her.
Yes, yeah, Death Becomes Her.
Oh, Meryl Streep, Bruce Willis. Dang. You've got some stars in these suggestions. Okay, interesting.
Okay.
Uh about a novelist that loses her man to a movie star. All right. Well, thank you for the suggestions. Something we'll have to look more into, hopefully. And again, I mean, I guess if anything that doesn't make our list for this October, we can always consider it for next one as
Yes.
well. But thank you, Ali, for the 5.99, whatever currency. It means a lot. It's really appreciated. Thank you. All right, let's go back here to the live chats. Let's see what we've got up here. Oh, someone's backing. Yes, Death Becomes Her. Death Becomes Her is fantastic.
Fantastic. Okay.
Okay, cool. Um, something this wicked this way comes. Something wicked this way comes. Wow. Okay, Zay, do you have that written down?
Yeah, I do. It's I don't like when the worst part is that they suggest a movie, then, like, 15 people are like, "Yes, that's so creepy." I'm like, "Well, hold on." Like, I know it's October, but let's relax here for a second.
Um, it looks like it's about or it's based off a novel, so that'll be
Okay.
interesting. Movies that are based off a novel are usually, like, really interesting because there's, like, an, um, interesting, like, lore built into those worlds that you can feel
Right.
captured on the screen, so that'll be interesting. Ian Grant says, "Have you seen The Fog?" John Carpenter, 1980. Haven't seen The Fog, but John Carpenter he's the one who directed The Thing. So
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
so The Fog is probably something pretty crazy if it's anything like The Thing. John Carpenter, I loved his work on The Thing. So
Yeah, I mean, it was fantastic.
here, let me move my water bottle. It's hard for me to see some of these chats. Zay, can you pull any up or no?
I'm not able to pull them up. I can address some as we just wouldn't be able to get them pulled up on screen, but I can address some just that way it's kinda like back and forth while you're looking through if you're looking at stuff. I don't mind doing that, because 'cause I'm
Okay,
scrolling through a lot
yeah.
of it to copy stuff as
Yeah,
well.
just give me the name and time, and I'll try to find them and pull them up if you see one that you're interested in. Uh,
Yeah.
in the meantime, Unknown Dax comes and hits us with a $20.01 super chat. I don't know if that's a
Wow.
shout out to Space Odyssey or if you were just
Oh, I didn't
feeling
think about that.
wild with that extra penny, but thank you so much for every penny, including that extra one right there, and for the $20 super chat. It really does help us out, guys. There are times where sometimes we hit uh claims or something on a video that we can't monetize,
Mhm,
and these live streams have been huge in helping us kind of make up for certain losses like that. We're not requiring, we're not asking for any super chats. We are super grateful for everyone. If there were no super chats, we'd still be reading all the live ones, and we're just happy you guys are here. But showing support really does mean a lot. Thank you, Dax, for the $20.01 super chat. Dax says, not specific to Halloween/October, but
okay.
Shape of Water, Goonies, Haunting of Hill House, Hereditary, Aliens, Abyss, Jeepers Creepers, True
Wow.
Detective, first season only. All right, let's break this down a
We're gonna have
little
to break
bit.
this down because there's a few I've seen.
Okay. Shape of Water, I haven't seen. It's recent though. I know that, and it's won. I think it won the Oscars or got close to it, or it was nominated. Do you know what this is about? I know the premise.
I think I've seen it, actually, but I don't know, it was, like, kinda something I put on, I think I was kind of, like, in and out, like, watching it, like, just put it on in the background, but I'd have to, like, look at it a little bit, like, I have to look at the description to know for sure, but I do remember hearing about it, it was very popular when it came out.
Okay, yeah. So I do know it's like about a woman and an alien or something like that, or a bio creature or something, and they fall in love. I know that much, or it's supposed to be a love story or something like that, but I don't know for
Yeah.
sure. Next on the list, he brings up the Goonies. I've seen the Goonies. Have you seen the Goonies?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I was about to say
We
that would
love
have
the
been a good
Goonies.
one.
We love the
Uh,
Goonies. Goonies is a great film.
we can ask our girlfriends if they've seen it and bring them on if they haven't, because The Goonies is a classic movie,
Yeah.
that we could get to. Haunting of Hill House. So Zay and I believe, have both seen Haunting of Hill House, but we haven't seen Haunting of Bly Manor or Haunting of, I think the next one is Venice Beach or Venice or
Oh, they
something like
did
that.
oh, I didn't know there was a 3rd one that
I could
came
be
out.
wrong, but I think I've seen that, Haunting of Venice or something. I don't know if it's even related, honestly, but okay. Haunting of Hill House was absolutely creepy. I had
Great
seen
stuff.
that before we started our channel,
Yep.
and, if I had seen it on this channel, you guys would have gotten some entertaining reactions because that shit scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, bro, that shit was
Hereditary.
creepy.
Yeah. Hereditary is something we've have on the back burner. We've had it suggested so many
Yep.
times, so we definitely want to get to it at some point. We weren't a fan of the director's previous work, Midsummer, but
Yeah, some people did
um
suggest Midsommar and, yeah, just to we have seen that. We did try to react to it, just weren't
it
too big of
turned out to
fans.
be an absolute
It was a
disaster. It wasn't a reaction that you guys would have wanted to seen, so
Yeah.
we scrapped that. But we have seen the movie now, so we can't do Midsommar. We didn't personally really like it that much, but maybe Hereditary has a different vibe. A lot of people are suggesting Hereditary, so
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not letting one piece of work from a person make another one. Just
I
I'm
believe
not gonna
Arya
exclude it.
Starr is a good director. I just think that movie maybe just wasn't our cup of tea in the way that it
Right.
was done, so
Aliens. I have seen either one or both of them. Zay, you haven't seen either of them, right?
I have, like, not watched any of the Alien movies. Like, I
Okay.
know, like, what the premise is, like, but I don't know anything. I've never actually, like, watched the films.
I have seen the one that I think is more referred to, like more like quoted or whatever. I just don't
Mhm.
remember if that's the first one or the second one. I think it's the second one. But
There's a few out, right? There's, like, a few
yeah,
of these
I think
movies.
Aliens is the one everybody talks about, but I could be wrong. But either way, we'll get
Okay.
into them at some point because Zay hasn't seen them.
Yeah.
Abyss, have you seen that, Zay?
I've never even heard of that.
No, me neither. So, okay, maybe check that out for a second here. Uh Abyss. It's a 1989. Ooh, it's directed by James Cameron, director of
Okay.
Avatar. And
Yeah.
I'm guessing all I see is a man in a okay, there's like a a gooey water head and then like a man in like a scuba thing. So that it might be really creepy.
Okay.
That could be
Okay, I
really
like
fun.
that.
Jeepers Creepers, I think we both have seen. You've seen that, correct?
I've seen enough of it to where I wouldn't be a we wouldn't be a it wouldn't be a reaction worthy.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, last he says True Detective, the first season only. Yeah, we had that suggested a little bit earlier, so that's something we can
Mhm.
look into as well. I think I watched like the first episode and then never kept watching after that. Not
My
because it was
parents loved
bad.
True Detective. They loved that show. I remember
Yeah,
when they were watching it, yeah.
I've heard great things, so something to definitely check out. Well, thank you, Unknown Dax, again for all these suggestions and for the $20.01 super chat. It really means a lot. We got a $10 super chat here from
Wow.
Wanna Tribble McKeechin. Hopefully, I said that's right. He says the 1950s sci-fi, The Incredible Shrinking. Is that a? Would that be a like an October? Maybe it's something like The Fly or something like
The
that, where it just goes like
Incredible
completely wrong. It's
mm,
1950s.
The Incredible Shrinking Man, if I'm assuming that's what it is.
Is it a
I don't know.
1950?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
1957 is when it
57.
came out.
Yeah. Oh man, I just see like a big cat and a big spider. Zay, you would probably hate that.
Yeah, the giant spider would make me wanna cry. It's definitely oh, goodness, I can't
Well,
stand spiders. Alright.
something to consider. 1950s, I believe that would be the oldest movie that we have reacted to so far, so that could be
Yeah, I think
interesting.
so.
All right, well, thank you, Wanna Tribble McKeechin for the $10 super chat and the suggestion. The Incredible Shrinking Man is what we think you're getting at there. Thanks again. Josh Penn with a $10 super chat says, "Hey guys, love the content. Glad you enjoy the content, Josh. Always makes us happy to hear that." He says, "Enjoy your reactions and thoughts to what you're watching. Might I recommend Carrie 2013? And since you guys like fantasy, a really good show is Legend of the Seeker." So
Mm,
I think I've seen the new version of Carrie with what's her name? From Neighbors to Chloe Grace Moretz or whatever. Is she in the new Carrie? I think I've seen that version, but I haven't seen the original.
okay. Yeah, I
Have you
haven't
seen
seen
either?
the original. I've heard the movie and I've seen, like it pops up, like, for something for me to watch, but I've never actually sat down and watched it, so, that's definitely an option for sure. I'd be interested to check out.
Have you seen the new one?
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Well,
Odds are, I really don't watch many movies, guys. You're gonna find out there's a lot of me saying I know about it, but didn't watch it.
um, uh, he says, and since you guys like fantasy, a really good show is Legend of the Seeker. Legend of the Seeker.
Legend of the Seeker.
What is that about?
Okay.
Legend of the Seeker. Interesting. Um, ooh, magic and ancient evil and ooh, okay. So like Game
Okay.
of Thrones kind of meets Lord of the Rings meets magic and all this crazy stuff. Interesting. All right. Thank you for the suggestion, Josh, and happy you enjoy the our reactions and our thoughts on some of what we're watching. We really do appreciate that. It makes us feel really good to get that kind of positive feedback. All
Yes,
right.
thank you.
Let's jump back here into the live chats.
I don't have the timestamp for it, but I did see someone ask if we had other social media. We do. We're working on it and getting more stuff posted on there. We haven't really got a lot posted on there. So just for now, it's just wanted to touch
Oh,
on that real quick.
oh,
I don't know if
uh,
it's from Preston.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. We are working on it.
we'll get more on there.
Raven Stromdens with a $10 super chat. We almost walked over that one. But we're here. Thank you, Raven, for the $10 super chat. It means a lot. He's got 4 suggestions for us. The City of Lost Children, which is like weird, he says. Pumpkinhead. I've heard of Pumpkinhead before. A horror creature feature. I think
Yeah,
you and I would probably have a kick out of that one because I can
I
just
would
see us
love that.
freaking out every time he pops on screen. Um, Monster Squad, a Goonies like monster movie. Okay, that
Seen
sounds
a
fun.
lot of that suggested. People have been saying Monster Squad. I saw Pumpkinhead a couple times. I've seen Monster Squad a few times and Dog Soldiers as well. the next one that he mentioned.
Dog Soldiers and Innocent Blood. Interesting. So he kind of tells us a little bit about the other ones. Let's check out uh Dog Soldiers. It oh gosh, it looks like there's werewolves. Oh gosh. Um
Wait, I think I know a little bit about this. Hold on. Not like a lot, but I think if I'm not mistaken, I think a little bit.
okay, so
Mm,
Dog Soldiers looks like it's about werewolves. Innocent Blood looks like it's about vampires. So there we go. We got a vampire and werewolf suggestion. Um
awesome.
Yeah, again, throw in some costume ideas if you guys want to, because we are trying to figure out what we're gonna be doing for that. But thank you, Raven, for the
Yeah.
$10 super chat. Really cool profile picture as well there. Um, all right, let's see. Just Jason comes in with a $5 super chat, says, "Please keep The Conjuring as a reaction. Night of the Living Dead 68 is also great in black and white. No copyright either." Well, yeah, because it's public domain. So wouldn't have to worry about any claims or anything like that. Um, Okay, interesting. Yeah, Night of the Living Dead by George Romero. We've talked about that before in other live streams or in another live stream,
Mhm.
and it's something that we could definitely get into. There's like a bunch of them. I think Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Living Dead, stuff like that. So uh, would be fun to kind of get into that series because I Night of the Living Dead is like the classic zombie movie, right? Like it's
Yeah.
like the first or something like that. Or like the most notable classic or because I've heard Night of the Living Dead like all throughout growing
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard about Night of the Living Dead, like, all since I've grown up. I don't know if it's the first, but I mean, it seemed like it was probably the staple that created, like, the if anything, it created, like, that it solidified the zombie movie, like, position. I don't know what I'm
Okay.
saying. You get what I'm saying.
But yeah, all right. Well, thank you, Just Jason. And we'll try to keep The Conjuring as one because that is on our list. It
Yes.
is a pretty popular movie. Thank you, Just Jason. Wally comes in, Wally Llama with a 199 super chat. That is a hilarious name and a hilarious profile picture. Wally Llama, like the Dalai Lama, coming in with a 199. Thank you, Wally Llama, for the support. He has nothing to say, just wants to send in a 199 super chat. You could have said anything, but you decided not to, so we really appreciate that. Thank you, Wally.
His your profile picture, Wally's profile picture makes you think of llamas with hats instantly.
Oh
It's
yeah.
absolute
Oh my
classic.
god. Carl,
Carl.
What did you do here? Well, I got the rumblies in my stomach and I ate his
It
hands or something like that.
oh, I had the rumbly my stomach had the rumblies that only hands could satisfy.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Wally. Ronnie comes in here with a $5 super chat. Ronnie coming again. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you so much. Ronnie says The Lost Boys, 1987 vampire movie. That's one's been suggested quite a few times.
Really?
Yes, that'll be interesting. Vampire, a lot of
Okay.
vampire movies. Again, we right now Interview with a Vampire is on our list. What We Do in
Mhm.
the Shadows is up for an option, so maybe The Lost Boys could follow that trend as well if we put that in there. Um, yeah, thank you for the suggestion, Rodney. We'll have to look into that because that is a popular suggestion. All right.
I'm seeing a
Um
few people mention arachnophobia. Do you think it's a game? Do you think this is a game? I'm not watching that. I don't wanna watch that movie.
yeah, that is Zay's biggest fear.
They're like, "This you
Um
don't wanna watch that." I'm like, "I know. I'm well aware."
um Oh, okay. We've got two more. We're about to go back to live chats, but we have two more now. One, thank you,
Wow.
Rodney, so much. One Tribble
Another oh,
McKeechin with another $10 super chat says, yes, that is the Incredible Shrinking Man. And here's one more: Invaders from Mars. Interesting. Okay, so
I've
that
heard of
was
that.
we were right with our original read on that. And Invaders from Mars in 1953. Oh, I believe this might be a deep cut. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but I believe in Back to the Future
Mhm.
1 or 2, Marty goes up to or maybe it was 3. And one of the Marty comes up and he's wearing a mask and he's pretending to be from another planet or something. And that mask was from Invaders from Mars or something like that. I could be completely wrong.
Uh-huh.
Um, but yeah, that's
Interesting. I don't know. Confirm if that's true, chat, if Cam just made that up. Did he make it up?
yeah,
He
I
made
don't
it
know.
up. He made it up.
Uh, I don't know. But okay, Invaders from Mars. Yeah, because Ian here backs it up, says it's is the best.
Ah.
All right. Well, thank you, wanna tribble McKeechin, for the $10 super chat and for clarifying the Incredible Shrinking Man and here is and the Invaders from Mars. So thank you, wannabe Tribble, for that. And let's see what else we got here. Dollface with a 10. Geez, I don't know any of these symbols. Biology is my career path, not economics or anything like that. So, but he sends in 10 something. So, thank you, Dollface. He or she sends in 10 something. Thank you, Dollface. Dollface says some horror recommendations of varying degrees of traumatizing. Oh, okay. So, you guys just want to really ruin our month, huh? You want to traumatize us. Okay, I see. She says, just playing around. She says, Hellraiser 1987, Possessor 2020, Tusk 2014,
Mhm.
Midnight Meat Train 2008, Black Christmas 1974, In the Mouth of Madness 1994.
Midnight Meat Train? That sounds terrible. That sounds
That that
sounds
sounds like a
terrifying.
might be a rated X movie. uh I've heard of Hellraiser. I'm aware of who, like, Hellraiser is. Like, I don't know anything behind the lore about him other than he's got a bunch of pins in his face. That's
I
all I
think, like, his
know.
actual name's, like, oh, is it Pinhead? I don't know. I don't know if I just make him I don't think is his name
Pinhead
Hellraiser?
Larry.
It's Pinhead. No, I'm so dumb. Yeah, I don't
Um,
really know anything about that. I always thought I don't know, that I didn't know it was a horror movie. I never realized that from, like, the cover. It always seemed I don't know what it was when I saw it as a kid. I never thought it was a horror movie. Are you looking up more information on it?
I'm moving on to Possessor because I am
Okay.
aware a little bit about Hellraiser. So Possessor apparently it has Sean Bean from who played
Ooh,
Ned from Game of Thrones, and it also seems to have the guy who directed it is Brandon Cronenberg. I don't know if that's any
okay.
relation to David Cronenberg who did The Fly. So hopefully Possessor isn't absolutely disgusting like The Fly was, because as you guys will see when that reaction comes out, I almost needed a bucket. And if I had a bucket, it would have been over. Uh, okay, let's see. Tusk from 2014.
Okay. I know a little bit about that movie.
Oh, you do? Tell
Oh,
me.
yeah, wait, do you not know you don't really know anything about Tusk?
No, I don't know anything about Tusk.
Tusk features I just wanna confirm my note. Justin Long is the
Okay.
main character. There's also, Haley Osment, Lily Rose Depp is in it, and Michael Perks as well. Um, a podcaster goes to interview an old man,
Oh boy.
and, the rest you find out from watching the film. He is hunting for a good podcast interview, basically, and he finds an ad for somebody, and he goes out to meet them, and
Ugh, that just sounds
yeah, a
that
lot
sounds
goes
nerve
down.
wracking.
A lot goes down.
Um,
Ugh.
okay, all right. Midnight Meat Train, I checked that out. I saw one image and said, absolutely not. I do not want to watch that. That looks absolutely terrifying and disgusting all around.
Is it like a zombie movie? Like, what is it?
Oh, doesn't look like a zombie movie. It uh it is
One
graphic. It is graphic. Um,
image.
that's all I'll
Okay.
say.
Well, yep, I'm just gonna just close that picture out real quick. The FBI's at my
uh
front door.
Black Christmas, I've heard about a couple times, but I don't know really anything about it. I'm guessing maybe we could do that in December, possibly,
Yeah,
if we
people
don't.
people were saying for a horror December movie. I've seen that mentioned. They're like Black Christmas would be good.
Okay, it's a slasher apparently, so
Yeah.
that's interesting. And then the last one was In the Mouth of Madness. In the Mouth of Madness. 1994. Oh, geez, the cover just looks absolutely insane. Novelist goes missing. Oh, and John Carpenter, the guy who did The Thing, does this. So I guess he's just a big horror guy. So that should be interesting. Well, thank you, Dollface, for
Okay.
the
Okay.
suggestions there. And they all look pretty good. But Midnight Meat Train, I might want to
Yeah.
stay away because that looked absolutely repulsing. But
Cam wants
thank
to
you.
stay away from it, means we're gonna have to watch it.
We got a 1999 super chat from the one and only Radbard Odinson with the rad name coming in again. Thank you, Radbard Odinson. I should say your name with the degree it earns.
Radbard Odinson. Thank you for the 1999 super chat.
Radbard says, FYI, Legends of the Seeker is a hack adaptation of a really great book series, The Sword of Truth. Do yourselves and us the favor of not watching. Love the Braveheart reaction and keep bringing the fun. Well, thank you for your input on Legend of the Seeker. It's interesting. So now maybe it's more controversial than it came off to be, but it did look interesting. But
Yeah.
maybe we'll take your word for it. Maybe we'll have to see something to put on the back burner for now. And so happy you enjoyed the Braveheart reaction, and we're happy that you think we're bringing the fun. We really appreciate that. Thank you, Red Bar. Glad to see you back here. Allie, real quick with a $5.99 letter thing that we haven't figured out just yet. Says, making it official, do Psycho, one of the few black and white movies you'll do, a classic from Hitchcock. Okay, so here's the thing. Zay and I have seen Psycho, right? You've seen it. I've seen it.
Yes, we watched that in high school. That was like
Yeah,
a
quite a
staple
like,
high school
more
film.
than once I've seen it,
Yeah,
but
I've seen that. I saw it in high school, and I think I saw it in my college film class as well. They showed it
okay.
again.
But if our girlfriends haven't seen it, that's definitely something we could hopefully get to at some point with
Mhm.
them. All right, thank you, Allie. Again, really appreciate it. Rodney with a $2 super chat says, guys, got to go work at 3 a.m. Love the channel. Okay, Rodney, have a good
Thank you,
one.
Rodney.
Sleep well, my man, and we're glad we really appreciate that you love the channel, and we're very appreciative of all the support you've shown. Rest well, my man. Okay, Madison here with a $9.99 super chat. Madison says, A Quiet Place is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I highly recommend that one if you've seen it already or not. I've seen A Quiet Place 1 and 2.
I have not.
Absolutely phenomenal movies. I am extremely excited to eventually show Zay that movie. So we will get into it at some point. That's the plan. Maybe we can do it in October if we find we have the right time for it. If we find another movie doesn't work out, but that's a great suggestion for a movie that Zay hasn't seen that I have seen. So thank you, Madison. Glad to see you here. Really appreciate the $9.99. All right. Ian Grant comes in with a 10
That's a pound. That's a pound. The other
pound,
one's a
10
euro. This one's a
pounds.
pound. This is a
Okay,
pound.
got it. All right. Thank you, Ian, for the 10 pounds. Ian says probably the most popular 80s vampire movie is The Lost Boys, and probably the best 80s werewolf movie is An American Werewolf in London. Both humorous and very entertaining with good special effects. So here's the thing about American Werewolf in London. We want to do it. We were gonna do it actually earlier, but we couldn't find. It wasn't available anywhere that we could find.
Oh yeah, we tried to do it. We were
We
trying to
might
do it.
have to like each get a DVD or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know if my computer plays DVDs, so we'll have to find a way to
I don't think I have a DVD
get
slot on
access to it.
mine.
And but yeah, my dad says American Werewolf in London. I think he said it's his favorite film of all time or something like that. So maybe we could do like a back-to-back Lost Boys, American Werewolf in London, maybe next October. Maybe if we find a way to get it, we could do it this October. He says both humorous and very entertaining with good special effects. Yeah, I've heard that American Werewolf in London has great special effects. Something I really do want to see. And maybe you're from London because those are pounds. Connected the dots. Anyways, Zay, is there anything you know about these two movies?
Um, No. The Lost Boys I've seen a few people suggesting actually tonight. So, and American Werewolf in London as well. Like Cam said, we did try to get into American Werewolf in London, but we were having difficulty acquiring it for viewing. So we'll see what we can do in the near future to try to get that done because it seems good. It's been suggested a lot. We really want to get into it. So
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Ian Grant, for the 10 pounds. It really does mean a lot. Um, good suggestions. All right. We've got a $25 Wizzo Wango. Thank you, James Jackson, for the $25 super chat. James Jackson says, "Hey, boys, I'm stoked for Dear Zachary to check out The Dark and the Wicked, which is by the writer slash director of The Strangers." Well, James Jackson, thank you so much for the super chat. Sounds like you're a Patreon, just so if anybody doesn't already
yeah,
know, we're going to be ending this stream in about 45 minutes, around 9 o'clock, and we are going to be hopping on over to Patreon and doing a live watch along for the bread and butters, the bonbon tiers. They're going to be able to watch us right along with us as we do our reaction to Dear Zachary, which is a documentary we both haven't seen. We've heard it's brutal. We're going to check that out after this stream. We got about 45 minutes left here. And sounds like James are going to be there. So happy to see you there, James. Super excited to get into it as well. He also mentions The Dark and the Wicked, which is by the writer director of The Strangers. Zay, do you know anything about The Dark and the Wicked?
no, I've actually never even heard of that movie, so I'd be definitely interested to check it out. I love ones where where I know nothing about it.
Yeah, if it's anything like The Strangers, it's gonna be a doozy. I remember The Strangers was like one of the only movies that like really creeped me out other than Paranormal Activity when I was a kid. And if it's by the same guy, it's probably got wicked jump scares. Let's see, The Dark and the Wicked. Oh, it's a more recent film. It's a 2020 horror. It's not even rated, which is crazy.
Oh
Um
gosh.
and yeah, interesting. Okay. Well, thank you for the $25 super chat and looking forward to having you over on our Dear Zachary watch along. All
Yeah.
right. Uh Otacon 656 says with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Otacon, for the $10 super chat. He says, The Descent, Evil Dead 2013, Texas
Mhm.
Chainsaw Massacre 2003, Dawn of the Dead, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, At World's End, and Equilibrium. I got more if you want. Hey, keep them coming if you've got more. We'll break
Keep
these
sending them.
down a little bit right now. The Descent, we did do a full length reaction to that on Patreon for the bonbons only. We have seen that. That movie was crazy. Um, yeah, I won't get too much into that. Evil Dead is a whole series, so I think we would start with the original one if we were going to get into them. Zay, do you know anything about the Evil Dead movies?
No, I know nothing about the Evil Dead movies. So that'd be actually really good to get into. They seemed creepy. I've seen like trailers for them before. So
Yeah,
yeah,
Hmm?
no, yeah, no, go on.
No, you go on.
You first. Finish your sentence.
I refuse. All right. My child got mad. No, they've seemed creepy. I've seen, like I said, the trailers from before. Definitely wouldn't be something I would watch solo. So, that's the perfect time for us to watch it.
Yeah,
Get
I've
it
seen the
together.
trailers. They are really creepy. I have heard of Ash versus Evil Dead. I don't know if that's in the same category or like a spoof or something like that.
Okay.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, we know about that. We've seen the original, and 2003 would be interesting, definitely to see how it's progressed over the years. So thank you for that suggestion. Dawn of the Dead, I think that's another George Romero film. It's zombies. Can't go wrong with
Okay.
zombies. Shaun of
No.
the Dead is like a spoof, I'm imagining, of Dawn of the Dead. I know Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz both have that the orange haired guy and the larger guy. They do like they have a whole series of movies that we would like watch back to back or whatever.
Mhm.
Or like they're like it's like they're not related, but it's like the same duo in each one or something like that.
Okay.
So, definitely something to look into. And Hot Fuzz is another one. Hot Fuzz is like more like a cop version. At World's End. Do you know anything about At World's End?
No, never even heard of that one.
let's see here. At World's End. Are you mean Pirates of the Caribbean? That yeah, it looks like that's Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Okay.
I've never.
Have you?
I don't think I've seen any pirate like through and through. I don't think I've ever watched a full Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I
I
think I've
have.
maybe seen glimpses of it.
I loved
I know
Pirates of
Jack
the
Sparrow.
Caribbean.
You know.
Yeah, I
That's it.
loved Pirates of the Caribbean. So, that would be really fun to
No,
do.
oh no, The World's End. The World's End.
Oh,
THE, The World's End.
The World's End. Let's see here.
Oh, it's 2013 comedy
Oh,
sci-fi?
it looks like it has the same duo from Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, and it has Paddy Considine, who played our boy Viserys in
Oh, no way.
House of the Dragon when we made the
Yeah,
hilarious
yeah,
faces. So okay, that's something to check out too. Thank
yeah.
you. And
Okay.
then last he says Equilibrium. Equilibrium. Yeah, it just gave me the definition for equilibrium.
It's like
Uh
balance.
Oh, Christian Bale is in this movie. Okay, Christian Bale
Ooh.
and Sean Bean again.
Ooh.
Angus McFadden, he played Robert the Bruce. Um, William Fickner. Okay, so this guy's an interesting cast here.
That's a
Um,
wild cast.
it says in a futuristic world, war has been eliminated. So that'll be
That
a
sounds
lot of
great.
interesting suggestions here, Otacon. Thank you so much. And thank you for the $10 super chat. All right, let's jump back into the live chats here. Uh, okay, so Ian says, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, The World's End are a trilogy of movies. Yeah, so I knew there was like
Yeah.
a trilogy going on.
Um, and I just want to touch on I have some rapid fire live chats. They're kind of like spammed out throughout, so I can't really give you a timestamp on them because I'm watching. I have the YouTube popped out chat. Um,
Okay.
real quick for everyone knowing, we haven't determined what we're dressing up as for Halloween movies or October movies. So send suggestions in just because I meant Melissa had mentioned that. Spinny said that they left a spider in their bathroom window because it killed the bugs and he got big. I think you need to take care of that. Someone suggested us to be Beavis and Butthead, which I thought was hilarious.
Okay.
People keep saying that you should be a Jedi and I should be a Sith Lord. And honestly, I'm getting a little upset because
No, yeah. Well,
someone said I should be Darth Maul.
what? You would be a good Darth Maul. You've got the horns.
They said you're a good young Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm like, he's one of the coolest characters.
Anakin. Relax, Anakin. Your power, you
Shit.
desire too much power.
Adrian asked about I can do spiders, guys. I was being dramatic. We will if we watch a movie with big spiders, it's fine. So there's not like Cam will have to do it with just the girls. I'm not gonna dress up as a spider. Stop suggesting it. You guys are hurting my feelings.
Please, you gotta dress up as like the really bad like the one where you're like it's just like a black and it's got like the arms with the wires. And you're just like, hey, and it's got like the really cheap antennas.
Maybe, all right, so maybe you guys get that. Someone did confirm Marty crashes into the barn. He has a radiation suit on the hood, and the family comes out, and the kid has a comic book called Invaders from Mars that he shows his dad.
Oh, okay.
It is Pinhead from Hellraiser. Sixth Sense, we haven't seen it, guys, but we know the twist. That's why we've been avoiding it. And you've seen Mean Girls, right? Because someone was saying we should dress up as the Mean Girls.
Yeah.
I've seen that too. Those are Zay's rapid fires. I'm keeping track. But let's hop back in these live chats. I figured I just want to keep those. That way things skipped over.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for those. Zay's gonna keep an eye out for more. We got Otacon comes back with a 656 $5 super chat. It says The World's End. Extra 5 for Zay going the extra mile for correcting me. Well, thank you for the $5 super chat. You didn't need to do that.
Seriously.
And yeah, thank you, Zay, for pointing that out. That was important because there did happen to be a Pirates of the Caribbean movie called
At World's End.
Yes. Exactly. All right. Well, thank you, Otacon. Drop Barracuda here. Hey, Drop Barracuda. Glad to see you here. He comes in with a $2 super chat and says, hey, loved Braveheart and the defenestration call. What does defenestration mean?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's when we were talking about throwing out the window.
Oh, well.
Well, thank you, Drop Barracuda. Glad you loved the reaction. Glad to see you here. And thank you for the $2 super chat. Perfect Hand Production comes in with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Perfect Hand. glad to see you back here. He says, "Hey guys, just getting here. Throwing in another vote for Pumpkinhead like last time. Also, Deadstream 2022 is a great modern horror comedy. Interesting.
Okay.
Deadstream. Yeah, Pumpkinhead is definitely something I hope to get to at some point with Zay. Um, okay, so all I see, I won't go too much. All I see is there's a internet guy and he's like been dishonored or something and he tries to win back his fans. So that'll be
Interesting.
interesting. That's what I saw when
Huh.
looking it up. Don't want to get too much into it, but it's a horror comedy. So I wonder what that entails.
I don't know. I also real quick, someone said we should dress up as each other. And then someone just said that we should dress up as Nat and Tina. Jason said we should dress up as Nat and Tina, which I think would be hilarious. If we introed as them too. Welcome to welcome to Nat and Tina. It's your girls Nat and Tina here. Oh my god.
The only way I can see that working is if we have Nat and Tina with us dressed up as us.
As us, because
Yeah.
otherwise I might not see you guys ever again.
Yeah. But okay, well, thank you, Perfect Hand, for the suggestions. Glad to see you back here. And thank you for the $5 super chat. All right. What do we got here? Back to the live chat. Dollface says, what did you see that? Dollface says, dress up as the twins from The Shining. That
Oh
would be
god,
hilarious.
that'd be great. That'd actually be great.
Texas Repo says, dress up as Bert and Ernie. That would be really fun.
Actually, that'd be
Bert and
fun.
who would be Ernie? I think we
Come
all
on.
know who would be Bert and who would be Ernie,
Yeah.
right? I'd be on the count of three. We'll say what we would be, right? Like we say what
Wait, hold
ourselves.
on.
Would
I gotta I want to make sure.
No.
Yeah. All right. Right.
All
3,
right. 2, 1.
1. You're Ernie.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Let me double check now because I don't know why you agreed with that. Bert and
Bert's the yellow one, right?
no, Ernie's the yellow one, right?
No, Ernie's the orange one.
No, I'm Bert then.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
No, you just agreed. We got it.
No. I'm not sporting a
bro.
unibrow. Are you crazy?
You have to. Dude, I have to support what what is my hairstyle if I'm Ernie? Have like there's a sprout. I'd have to shave everything. So have a sprouted hair at the top.
Raven Strom says, "Oh, have either of you guys seen The Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse? That's a zombie comedy. That's pretty fun. Zombie comedy that's pretty fun. Also, The Babysitter and its sequel, Killer Queen, are both fantastic." Okay, interesting.
Okay.
Thanks for those suggestions.
Babysitter. Have we gotten that suggested before?
We did. We've gotten like The Adventures of the Babysitter or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Dang it. Thank you for the suggestions, Raven. Anne says Zayd is Bert. No, don't make me Ernie. Why would I be Ernie?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
we have okay, yeah. Dang it. I don't wait. Yeah, no, I want to be Bert.
No, you are Ernie.
Perfect.
And because you didn't know that he was yellow, or that Ernie was orange, that is why you need to be Ernie. That is exactly why.
Perfect answer. Dress up as other popular YouTube reactors. That would be meta.
That would be kind of crazy. That would be kind of crazy. Evez, first off, my face is not the same as Bert's. Stop that. Who says? Don't say that. What the hell, man? Come on. Are you guys serious right now? Who would we dress up as popular reactors?
Let's not even. Well, we would have to decide that very carefully, and not try to pick out any names here on stream because
yeah, it's facts.
We could mess that up.
That's a good point.
Well, we've got a $2 super chat, $1.99 from Hey Jamie. Hey Jamie says Cam, aka T-Pain.
No. Look at the smile he gets. He gets so excited because you guys keep doing shit.
You got it, Jamie. Maybe I can dress up as T-Pain.
Oh,
that was a really bad one there. Let me end it off like
this. There you go.
Okay, thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Jamie. There. Let's get back to the live chats.
I'm seeing suggestions for Wolf Creek, and someone said that'll put you off of Australia for life.
Wolf Creek
I'm
will put you off
already
of- Yeah,
I'm
we're
already off of
already off
Australia from the
Australia.
jump. I don't know if I need another reason.
I've seen too many. I haven't seen just one. I've seen too many I have seen one too many videos of a kangaroo trying to square up against a person. I am not going to a country where rodents are squaring up against full-blown humans. That's insane.
Have you seen that video of the dude that comes out and his dog is just in a headlock from a kangaroo? It's just
Yeah.
holding him like this, and he had to go.
You know what's crazy too? You know what's crazy too about kangaroos is kangaroos, they don't come up to you and are like
They
come up
sit
to
in
you
the
like
water.
this. No, but
Do you
like,
know
they're
they
like
sit?
this. They
Yeah, but
come
do you
up
know
to you flexing the entire time.
if there's a body of water, if you see a kangaroo standing in body of water, like up to its chest, it wants you to go out there because it will drown you. That's not a joke. It will wait until you come out, and then it will just drown you right there. It does not care. It will take you out. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. Raven says Australia, when nature is trying to beat humanity to murdering all the humans in Australia. Yeah, nature in Australia is just it's not something I would want to mess with.
You know, there's a emu war in Australia. Australians went to war with emus and they lost. I swear to God. I swear to God.
I'm not surprised. Of course, the emos would win.
It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, what?
Matthew Sure says Cam&Zay dress up as Major Winters and Private Blythe. I don't. I mean, it's a possibility. Band of Brothers was such a good show. Like,
dude, oh my gosh.
unbelievable. I wish I could watch that for the first time again. I'm glad we have our reactions out on that.
Yeah, for real.
Thank you, Matthew. We got a $4.99 super chat from Wally Llamas, who said Wally Llama coming back with at us for $4.99. Thank you, Wally Llama. He says Stir of Echoes, The Hitcher, the Changeling, Lady in White will mess you up. Fun Club, Dread, Waxworks, The Burbs, Once Bitten, Fright Night, April Fool's Day.
Wow.
Yeah, so Zay, check out Fun Club, Dread, Waxworks, The Burbs. I'll check out some of these other ones. We can kind of do a little.
Well, yeah, which ones did you want me to check out? Sorry. Do you want to do the am I doing the bottom ones?
We've had the Hitcher. Yeah, do the bottom ones. We've had the Hitcher suggested. We did look into that, so thank you for that. The Changeling, I've heard about the Changeling a lot. So
Okay.
I think the Changeling is about like something that can like change its identity or whatever, so that would be scary. Stir of Echoes.
Stir of Echoes has
Kevin Bacon.
yes, Kevin Bacon. Yes.
Interesting. Okay. And there's a sequel with Rob Lowe. Wow. Okay. Cool. Interesting. And then The Lady in White. A Lady in White. Said, who's in here? Lucas Haas, Alex Rocco. Interesting. Apparently someone's locked in a classroom after a Halloween prank. That'll be interesting. Okay, cool. Have you checked out Fun Club Dread?
I did the bottom ones. Oh, Fun Club Dread is Fun Club. I thought it was Dread, just Dread. Hold on. Fun Club Dread. Okay. Fun Club or Club Dread. Club Dread, it looks like serial killer interrupting the fun at a swanky Coconut Beach resort. Okay, interesting. And then there's Waxworks, which is it's a silent anthology film. A wax museum owner employs a poet to create stories for his pieces, and he pens disturbing tales, envisioning himself as a significant character in each story. Okay. The Burbs
Interesting.
is settling in for some time. So Tom Hanks is in this.
Hanks.
Ray Peterson's Vacation becomes a horror when a odd family move in down the block. Interesting. And it looks like he employs the help from two of his neighbors to kind of investigate, I guess, on them.
Interesting. And Once Bitten is a Jim Carrey movie that's about vampires. It's like a comedy. So that centuries old vampire. That's interesting. And then Fright Night. I've heard of Fright Night before.
Yeah, I've heard of Friday Night too. I just don't know. I really don't know
It's a
anything
horror
about it.
film. Horror film junkie gets into something. Oh, those are always crazy. And have April Fool's Day. I think I've seen that. April Fool's Day. Oh no, I haven't. That's a 1986 movie. And something to do when college students go on spring break. So thank you for all the suggestions, Wally Llama. They all look really, really interesting. Very scary, very funny, surprising about some of them in the cast and some of them. And yeah, I mean the first one says he'll mess us up. So that or they'll mess us up. So that sounds like, you know, perfect reaction worthy movies. So thank you, Wally, again for the $4.99 and for these suggestions. Drop Barracuda comes in with a $2 super chat, says Cam as Dr. Lazarus and Zay as Mathazar from Galaxy Quest. Wait, I gotta double check on which one is which. I believe Mathazar is the
I will better not be. I gotta understand something. Are we all not buddies and pals here? What what are the suggestions that you guys are? Why do you want to see my downfall? You guys are making me Mathazar. I don't want to be. Cam looks like Mathazar.
He wants me to put. I'd rather be Mathazar than putting the alien fucking thing on my head. That
but they're gonna poke me in the stomach. I go. I have to make a sound.
All right. Well, thank you, John America, for the $2 super chat.
I need to run to the bathroom real quickly. So if you want to hold
all
down
right, I'll
the
bank through some
2
of these
seconds.
Ooh. Dressed as Shaggy and Scooby. That would be a good one. Obviously, I would be Shaggy. Like Zoink Scoobs. Let's get out of here. That's my Shaggy impression. Hopefully that came across well. Otherwise, I'm sorry. Christian says Cam should be Gollum and Zay should be the spider. Yeah, Zay can actually do an insane Gollum impression. Maybe we make Zay Gollum and I'm the spider because Zay is afraid of spiders. That could be pretty fun. Real Vox says dress up as the most frightening beings imaginable. Canadians. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Wally Llama says Cam as Napoleon Dynamite and Zay as Pedro. Gosh, do chickens have talons? Oh, can I get some chapstick? My lips hurt real bad. Gosh. Yeah, that would be fun. Napoleon Dynamite and Zay as Pedro. I see. Oh, okay. Bob S comes in with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Bob. We'll address that when Zay gets back. But thank you so much. You didn't have anything to say. We've got Raven says, serious suggestions if you haven't seen it, anime show Venture Bros. And you could dress up as Hank and Dean Venture. Okay, interesting. Per says Zay should be Roger Rabbit and Cam should be Jessica Rabbit.
That's a great suggestion. Cam should be Jessica Rabbit. I agree so much, Kayla. Thank you.
Someone said that I should be Gollum and you should be a spider, and I said you should be Gollum and I should be the spider because you could do a mean Gollum impression. Since I've done Shaggy and Napoleon Dynamite since you were gone, you've got to give him your Gollum.
Oh, you gave them. You did it. You did you can do Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah. God.
What?
Do chickens have large talons? Tina, eat your food.
I think it's so funny that the thing's name's Tina. I say that to her when she goes to eat. Tina, eat your food.
Right,
Gollum.
Do your Gollum, yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. No. It's the precious. I would never hurt master. No.
He's too good at that, guys.
Habits. No, Gollum would never hurt nobody. No. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I sound like I need to be put in restraints on the back of a plane when I try to sound like Gollum.
Just like,
This is my attempt.
Hey everybody, I'm
oh
Gollum.
God, tie him up.
Okay.
You sound like David, my alter ego guy from high school.
Bob S has a $10 super chat. He sent that while you're gone. I said we'll get back into it when you get back here. $10 super chat has nothing to say. Just wanted to be supportive. Thank you so much, Bob. That wasn't necessary. But we do really, really appreciate that. We really appreciate the support. Can't even put into words how much it means when you guys do stuff like this. It really does help us out. We never expected it to be like this. But thank you, Bob. Thank you so much. Drop Barracuda with the $2 super chat says, Mathazar was a toss-up. Y'all's reaction was fire. Yeah, a Galaxy Quest
Thank
was
you.
such a fun movie. Glad you
So
enjoyed
much
the
fun.
reaction. Yeah, I'm so happy we did a reaction to that one. Jamie says, be your favorite YouTube apology video. Got a ukulele.
That's hilarious.
Oh my
That's crazy.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's crazy. Oh man, that was You- oh my God. Be my huge favorite YouTube apology. That's crazy. Unfortunately, I don't cheat in Fortnite, so I can't be one of my favorites. But
They never said I couldn't sing it. Thank you, Jamie, for the $1.99 super chat. It really does mean a lot. Dollface here with the $5 euro pounds. These are pounds.
pounds, yeah. Euros are the bottom. It's like it's like a C with a line through it. This is a pound.
Gotcha. Dollface with the £5 says, for something on the less serious side, check out Brain Dead 1992, directed by Peter Jackson. Yes, that Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson, why does that sound familiar? Oh, Lord of the Rings. Peter Jackson did Lord of the Rings, so I guess he did a movie called Brain Dead. So and it's not that serious. Interesting. Brain Dead. Okay, that is not what I meant. The movie. Oh, it's a short movie. It's a horror there's a lot of horror comedies out there. But it looks like it's about overprotective mother spying on her son. So that's an interesting option there, and sounds like it could be funny and have like multiple things go down that way. But yes, thank you, Dollface, for the £5. Really appreciate it. We got about 10 more minutes here before we start preparing to jump on over to Patreon to do our live watch along to the Dear Zachary documentary for the bread and butters and the bonbon tiers. If you guys want to hop on over there, you can just go on over to Patreon. The link is in all of our videos descriptions, not our live stream descriptions. Oh my goodness. So Stardust Unicorn sends in an A299 super sticker, but something is interesting about that. I don't know
how to see the sticker.
No, I don't know why it's red. Red is usually associated with like $100 super chats or $50 super chats or something like that. But it says Australian 299. So hey, listen, you got a whole red tag there. Maybe it has something to do with super stickers. So, anyways, thank you, Stardust, for the super sticker. Thank you so much for showing support. Didn't have anything to say. Just wanted to send that in. Really appreciated. And really cool profile picture you got there. But
sorry, I finished what you're saying because then something else just up. No, just Bob S meant to put something in his super chat, so we're gonna pull his up right after.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Stardust. It's really, really
thank you, Stardust.
Okay. All right.
He added me in it. It says @Zayas. It just came in. Yep, there it is. 851. Yep.
Just wanted to suggest
American Werewolf in London. God, man, that gets suggested so much,
American
man.
Werewolf in London, yeah. American Werewolf in London has okay. I'm kind of interested here. We'll talk about that in a second. The super sticker is going like really slowly, as if it was a large.
It's blue in the YouTube chat too. I can see it.
Oh, it is blue.
Like I have, yeah, because I have the YouTube chat popped out. So yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it must have been a weird glitch. I just want to make sure, like, if they sent in that, like, if it was really like supposed to be that much or something, I just want to make sure we address that. But if it's blue and the YouTube, must have been like a glitch or something. Okay, so yeah, American Werewolf in London. It's like my dad's. He told me it's like his favorite movie. We're trying to find a version of it. We might have to get the DVD. We couldn't find it like on Amazon or anything. So but definitely want to do it at some point. Thank you, Bob.
Yes.
Glad you mentioned that, so we could put in what you wanted to say. Okay, what else do we got here? Wait. No,
No, they're
that's not
not.
right.
That's not how that translates.
Yeah,
An
no.
Australian dollar is 64 cents of a US dollar.
You little troll there, Ian.
Yeah.
I would have freaked out. Jonathan here with a $4.99. American Wolf is available to rent now on YouTube. Oh, okay. Good to know. All right. Well, thank you, John. That's something that we'll definitely have to check out. We'll because we definitely want to get into that at some point. So thank you for bringing that to our attention, John. And thank you for the $4.99. It's really appreciated. Jamie with the 199 says, "Say is yapping. Can I get one more tune? Can do.
Y'all see what you do? You see what you do? That's how you really? That's what you decide to do? You were like $1.99. I could have done anything. You could have suggested a costume, a movie, and you said, let me make Cameron sing in auto-tune. Because we know it's Zay's least favorite thing. All right. All right. Eyes on y'all. I got y'all. Don't worry. Unbelievable.
Thank you, Jamie, for the 199 super chat. Okay. Adrian says arachnophobia. We brought that up before. That's for Zay.
Yeah, solo. It'd be a solo Zay reaction. Me huddled in a corner.
Joseph says, let's go see Pain. That's right. Budding Anarchist says Angel Heart. Not sure what that's about.
That's I've seen that a few times. There's actually some pretty common suggestions tonight. Like I've seen a few of these keep getting suggested. So I'm kind of highlighting those as well, trying to keep a tab on them. We'll definitely have to check them out because it sounds like a lot of you guys like some of these movies, especially like American Werewolf in London. Angel Heart got suggested a ton. We've seen Changeling before. We'll go over with you later, Cam, but there's been a few that
are you sure
popping up.
Blue? Jamie says the sticker was red, or is it
when
like
I was in
animation?
chat, I saw like a blue strip. When I'm in chat, I see a blue strip for it. But the sticker itself is red. The starters, it's like a thumbs up sticker is what I see in the YouTube chat. It's a red thumbs up, but the highlight is blue. If that makes sense.
Okay, I see. Yeah, weird. Okay, just want to make sure there's no mistake. Yeah. We've got a $2 super chat from Drop Barracuda who says Zombievers 2014 plus banking a devil voice for later.
I'll give you it right now. Zombievers 2014. I am guessing that is a zombie movie about beavers. Interesting. From 2014. Thank you. And that $2 has your soul attached.
Just kidding. Thank you, Drop Barracuda, for the $2 super chat. Okay. The
Zombiever sounds like Velocipaster. I'm down. I'm down.
Joseph M says the fourth kind in Malignant. The fourth kind, I believe that's an Alien movie, or Close Encounters of the Third Kind is You haven't seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind, have
I
you?
haven't seen that or The Fourth Kind, but I think they are both Alien-esque
Yeah,
movies.
and Malignant, um, yeah, that came out recently, right? 2021. Uh, Interesting. I think I've seen a trailer for that or something. Apparently, it's like,
Okay.
someone has shocking vision, so that would be
Huh.
interesting to get into. But, okay, thank you, Joseph, for those suggestions. We got a 199 super chat from Chris M, or a 199 pounds, who says, "Check out Kill List, eerie British horror." Interesting. I love some British films, or British, like, the way they handle, uh, television. I think I've seen more British television than, um,
The movies.
movies, but I like what
Yeah.
they do there. So, interesting. Kill List. I'm guessing it's like a slasher, maybe. It's a horror crime film. It's psychological too. Interesting. Well, thank you, Chris M, for the 199 pounds. Zay, you know anything about Kill List?
No. I've heard of that though, but I don't really know anything about that.
All
Kill List.
right.
I'm trying to think why I know why I've heard that though. It's
Alcoholic says with a $2 Canadian dollar super chat. Thank you, Alcoholic. He says Mothman, Prophecy, Reanimator, or Far From Beyond.
okay.
Mothman it's a supernatural film, mystery. That sounds interesting. Reanimator. Reanimator. Oh gosh, that looked terrifying, the initial image, so I don't know about that one. I don't wanna be
Oh,
too
you
terrified.
don't wanna send it out yeah. What are you looking at that could be that scary? Wasn't be that
Um,
bad.
and then From Beyond looks absolutely terrifying as well. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, so interesting. Okay. Looks like it's, there's another universe in there. Okay, interesting. Well,
Okay.
thank you for the 2 Canadian dollars, Alcoholic, and, thank you for those suggestions. Alright, let's see what else we got here. We got a little bit of time here. Um, Melissa says, good night, Melissa. Hope you have a good night." Unless that's a movie suggestion, then we'll just look into that. Um, it is 9 o'clock, guys, so we are going to be ending the stream now, right on the good night, good night. Thank you so much for the suggestions for the costumes and the movies. We are going to be hopping on over to Patreon, and we will be watching a live. What we'll be doing a live watch along to Dear Zachary. Super excited. We'll be doing that right now, right after this. But we do have to address a $10 super chat that we just got. And from Scott Gilly. Thank you, Scott. He says, "I'm a Marine vet and over the road truck driver. Thank you so much for your service, both as a Marine vet and, on the road there, trucking." He says, "It can get lonely out here. So there's times I just put on your reviews and laugh because it reminds me of watching movies with my buds. Great content." We're so
We
happy that you can
appreciate
get
that.
that. That's like the essence that we're hoping we can deliver. That is something I enjoy watching reaction videos too, and they give me that feeling of like that you're there with them, and it's like it's super special, and it reminds you of like when you watch movies with your friends and stuff like that. And we're glad we can make you feel that kind of stuff there too. Thank you again for your service. Really, really appreciated. And we're so happy we can make you feel that way. And thank you for the $10. Super appreciate it. Zay, is there anything you want to say?
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Scott. Once again, appreciate your service. It's unbelievable. I had family that was in the military. Selfless sacrifice. If you've seen, I mean, you guys have seen some of our reactions to past military-esque things. I'm trying like what we just fucking oh, I'm drawing a blank on what we just finished. How am I drawing a blank on
Pacific.
Pacific? Yeah. So just again, guys, I mean, we've said it in all those reactions. We appreciate your guys' service so much. It's really the most selfless act you can do. Braver than I am, I can tell you that for sure. And I'm glad, or I'm sure we're both glad that we can give you company and kind of keep you entertained and be able to give you laughs. So that is the goal here, just to be able to bring people in and be able to give content that they can enjoy.
All right. Yeah. I second all of that. Thank you, Scott. And thank you, everybody who has come here and checked out our live stream. Of course, our next one will be in 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, we do a live stream. We hope you guys are happy with our with the movies we decide to choose for October. And if you guys are gonna come join us, we are hopping on over to Patreon now. for the live watch along to Dear Zachary. You will need a copy to watch along with us if you are going to hop on over there. But with that being said, thank you everybody. Have a good night and peace.